I am excited to film today's video. I don't know why, but I just feel really energized to film today's content. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're brand new here. My name is Minel. I talk about personal development, style, and a little bit of beauty. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about fast fashion. I have my tablet with me, so if you see me looking down, I have my notes on here, so I'm going to use that as a guide. But let's dive right in. Now, this is kind of sort of like a little taboo topic because I'm pretty sure if you were to search fast fashion online, whether it's on social media, the internet, on YouTube, a lot of the content that you will find on here is not good. It's a lot of bashing and the harms of it, and I definitely get that. But today's video, I know that a lot of women, that's the reality, a lot of women do not have the means to buy higher quality products. They are pretty much living below paycheck to paycheck. I have been there and I understand the nuances of that. I understand how that can be very challenging when you want to upgrade your look or yourself or whatever it is, but you just cannot seem to get to that point to get something from and back then my for me fast fashion for me was the expensive state. I am now at a different level where I can buy a little bit more expensive stuff, but for a lot of persons right now still fast fashion is expensive for them. So in today's video I'm going to dive into a little bit of like the do's and the don'ts of fast fashion when you're buying from fast fashion or a high street or whatever, and that is going to help you not just ensure that you help yourself become a little bit more polished in the way that you're dressing and also get the best for your buck. Now, if you have not watched my videos about capsule wardrobes, I will link that playlist down below for you guys, so definitely start right there before you go out there and buy products. So let's dive right in. Now, this video is to help you make sure that you make smarter decisions, you're very stylish in your choices, and you try to be as sustainable as you possibly can when you're buying from fast fashion brands. And definitely that can happen. You can do that. If you're someone who takes care of your products, your items, you can get the best out of it. For example, the trousers that I'm wearing today is from H&M, and I've had those trousers for 5 years. They're like a linen blend type of shorts, not trousers, sorry, shorts. I'm gonna stand up to show you guys what I'm wearing. This is my outfit for today. I have I've had these shorts for 5 years, probably 6 years even, and they are still good quality. I wash this every single time that I wear it. I wash my clothes every single time I wear my clothes. I wash them. I don't wear something twice before I wash them because my environment just does not allow for that. It's very hot right here. So if you're gonna buy fast fashion products, or you've been trying to buy some stuff to upgrade your wardrobe, but you feel a little guilty because you see everyone saying, oh, fast fashion is bad, there's a child labor, etc., and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of that. But if you're paying attention to the fashion industry, a lot of not just the fast fashion brands, but like designer brands as well, the products that they're using, they're almost using similar type of labor for pricing. When it comes to buying something, you're paying for the brand. Most times you're paying for the brand, and then you're paying for the quality of products because the brand has positioned themselves as different at different levels. So you have the Hermes, and then you have the Zara and H&M, and then you have the Shein. So let's dive into today's video. Very long intro, but let's get started. Now, first things first, if you're gonna be buying from fast fashion brands like Shein, Zara, H&M, ASOS, because they are fast fashion brands, and some of them right now, to be quite honest, Shein is like at the same level when it comes to pricing. The number one thing that you want to do is to buy timeless pieces. Go for timeless pieces because these pieces, they will stand the test of time, and also you find that you're able to mix and match them and get more wear out of it. Whether it is just like 7 pieces, you can get more wear or more outfits out of those 7 pieces. So look for timeless items. If you're a Shein girly, I do shop on Shein occasionally when I feel like just like browsing and buying something. A few other brands that I find right now that are kind of like a little bit more tailored, classic, quote unquote, old money looking. And this is not me promoting Shein, but this is just how I shop on there. When I shop on there, I tend to go for brands like Daisy or Maja or Maham, not sure how it's pronounced, or Posel, because that's the type of aesthetic that I'm trying to go for, or the Motif brand, MOTF brand. These pieces, they usually are very neutral toned, they're very classic cuts, they're very timeless looking, and you can wear them regularly without someone knowing that it is from Shein if they're not someone who's like a fashion critic or something. Like in your regular everyday life, if you're going to the workplace, you're not going to the workplace looking for fashion critics or working in fashion critics. They will not be able to tell that you've bought from those type of brands. If you want to go a little bit more higher, I like to shop from Ann Taylor, Banana Republic. These are two of my go-to places to shop. I find that the quality of the products, yes, they are a bit more pricey, but they are absolutely timeless, classic, clean. Ann Taylor, if you want to get a little more color, so if you want to have like more burgundies and more reds and more blues and more yellows, etc., I would go for Ann Taylor. But if you want like the very basic gray neutral palette, Banana Republic is your go-to. You could try the factory section or the main Banana Republic. Again, the price point is a little bit higher. However, what I have found is that because I have those pieces from those brands, I can mix and match them, and I can get the best way out of my wardrobe without having to buy something new or without having to find a way to mix a top with a pants. So go for pieces like a blazer, a blouse, really nice clean cut blouse, nice trousers. If you're petite, Ann Taylor and Banana Republic, and that's why I shop on those two websites, they do have a line, or the items, they are tailored according to your height. So if you're petite or you're tall, I would highly recommend that you start there. Now, when it comes to buying from fast fashion, it's not just the price point. Think about how long you're gonna have that product. So my time is spent mostly in the workplace, and I like to dress up for work because that's where I spend most of my time, at the office. So I will invest in that amount, that extra amount, on those websites, on those websites, so that I can make sure that I don't have to buy a new top or buy a new trousers or buy a new dress every single month. I'm gonna bring out two pieces for you guys very shortly. Let me just get that right now, for products that I've gotten from Ann Taylor and also products I've gotten from Banana Republic. So here's what I mean. So this pair of shorts are from Banana Republic. The material on this is very lightweight. It's like a light cotton, somewhat slightly linen. It has this very nice tailored detailing. I have this in three colors. I have it in the nude, the beige, the black, and this kind of like brownish taupe color. The finishing on it is so much better than if I were to buy this from Banana Republic, from Shein, because the quality of the pants is a much better quality. Now it is a bit pricier. However, I know that I'm gonna have this pair of trousers, this pair of shorts for a good 3 years. And you want to look for pieces like that. Like when you're shopping on those websites, when you're looking for timeless pieces, look at the little details, like zoom in on everything and make sure that every little piece or every little item that you're looking for, like the buckle, the button area, the extra tabs here, the type of waistband it has, the tailoring tabs of the shorts, the hemming. Look for all those little details in those items when you're buying from fast fashion brands, because it's gonna let you know whether or not this item is a good quality or whether it's just a very basic chiffon type of quality. Now this is an example of a dress or the type of quality that I would get from Ann Taylor. This dress is from Ann Taylor, and this is a tweed material, and it also has a lining. So if you're gonna buy from fast fashion brands, look at all those little details. Make sure that you look at the description, you read the comments, you read the reviews, etc., and you zoom in on every part of the image or the item before you decide. So I like Ann Taylor because of that when it comes to work wear, or work dresses, basically, because of the quality. It is pricier, but it still falls in the fast fashion line to me because it's kind of like in the same price range. But I know for a fact that I'm always going to get great quality pieces, and this is going to last me a long time. I've had this dress for about 3 years and it still looks brand new. Second tip you want to do is to research brands. Now, if you're someone who does not like what's going on with the fast fashion market in certain brands, for example, Shein, and you do not stand for that, you stand for sustainability, etc., then you do not want to buy from that brand. Again, you want to research the brands that you're buying from to really understand what they stand for, their values, etc., and then make a decision. Even if you do not have a huge amount of money to spend, make sure that the brand that you're buying from, you're not going to feel guilty that you're buying from that brand, and you're not going to feel that or feel like anyone else is making you feel guilty if you're buying from that brand. Okay, this point I really like because this is how I've been able to maintain most of my clothing that I've had in my wardrobe, if I still have them, and that is by taking care of them properly. Now, I did kind of touch over that a little bit on my capsule wardrobe video, how to be more polished video, I believe. But taking care of your items, whether you're buying them from fast fashion brands or you're buying them from a brand like I don't know, trying to think of one, Alexander McQueen. You need to take care of your products for you to see longevity in it, whether it's fashion, your shoes, your home appliances, whatever it is. As long as you take care of your products, you will be able to use it for a longer period of time. Now, taking care of your products includes not just how you're washing them, but also how you're storing them. So I used to have a lot of like wire hangers on for my clothes, and what I found was that the wire hangers would have, it's heavier than the plastic hangers, or even like what I have right now, the velvet hangers. They would create like a hang in the shoulder areas of my shirts, my sweater tops. I like sweater tops, my cardigans, and I find that over time it kind of like made the piece look very aged very quickly. So I had to switch out those, and yes, it was an investment to buy those hangers because they were not cheap. They were like $75 in my currency for a set. But what I do find is that it really does make a difference. It's softer on the clothing and it doesn't create that hang on the shoulders of it, so I can wear my clothes, I can hang my clothes in my closet or my rack very properly, and it doesn't create that strain, if that makes sense, on the piece. So you want to make sure that you're storing your pieces or you're storing your items properly as well. You're washing them properly, and by washing them, I no longer use powdered detergent in my clothes because I find that when I would do that, it would literally like whiten them or like remove the coloring. It was just way too harsh. So I've switched that out to the type of detergent that I use, and I make sure that I wash them properly. So I wash my whites with whites, my colors with colors, and I don't have any overlapping stains on clothes that are not supposed to be stained. For example, putting a pink shirt in a whitewash, that's gonna create some issue. Now, I will say that what I have noticed is that items from fast fashion brands, they do have heavier dyes in them. So if you buy a red dress from Shein, when you wash that dress the first time, you will see the runoff. So what I like to do whenever I buy anything, I do hand wash everything that I buy before I wear them, because number one, it's coming from a factory. I don't know if it was on the floor. Most probably it was on the floor during production, and then it was like folded by some machine to put in a plastic something, and then it's shipped to me. It's gone through so many phases in my buyer cycle. I want to make sure that what I'm putting on my body is clean. So whenever I buy something, I always wash it the first time, and that's also going to help me understand how to wash that item in the future. So if the first time I wash it, I realize that, oh, this is running, even if it's like a gray dress, I know, do not wash this gray dress with my whites or my lighter colors, because it's going to run off on there. Practice that. And if you're short on cash, because inflation is happening, it's going to keep happening, and if you want to make sure that you're buying something that you can use for a couple of years, if you have a small tear, whether it is in a cardigan or in a dress, learn to use a needle and thread. That is going to be a lifesaver for you. So for example, I have bought a skirt from Ann Taylor, and the hem at the bottom was not like super tightly hemmed. It was like those larger stitches, and the first time I washed it, it unraveled. The string, the literal thread was unraveling. Now I could have put that on the side and just have it there, not wear it. But because I know how to use the needle and thread, I sat down and I mended that. So you want to learn how to develop that little skill so that you can mend those small things in your clothes. If it's like a big rip or something, you can get someone to do it for you. If it's something that's a little bit more that requires like a machine, for example, like I've had to have skirts tailored in because they were too wide for me, and I get someone to do it for me. I have one of my coworkers; she's very good at that, so I give it to her, pay her to do it for me. My mom is also very good at sewing. You want to make sure that you are mending your things and not having them piled up. Just because your cardigan has a slight rip under the arm, you're like, oh, I can't wear this anymore. Or my pants have a rip in the butt somewhere, you're like, I can't wear this. Learn to mend your clothes because it's going to help you keep using those items more and more, and you don't have to buy something else. Especially if you're not just buying from like a fast fashion brand, but you're buying from a higher price brand, even if it's still in fast fashion, in my opinion. For example, like Karen Millen, yes, it's still fast fashion, but it's a pricier item, or even Antilla. The items cost like $100 sometimes or more. I want to make sure that I'm not just wearing that one time. So learn that skill, learn to use a needle and thread, and always have a little sewing kit at your home so that if you need to mend something, you can get that, whether it's in a red thread, yellow thread, blue thread, black thread, whatever. Remember when we were like going to primary school, was it secondary school, like early secondary school? We had this class called home economics, and they would teach us how to make a skirt from scratch, or how to use a sewing machine, or how to sew something by hand. And we always had to have our sewing kit with us, a little sewing kit with us going to school. So you want to make sure that you have that at your home. It's gonna really save you a lot sometimes. The next tip is you could shop on thrift stores. Now, we don't have thrift stores where I am. And to be quite honest, I am not really that keen on secondhand clothing. I just don't know how people have taken care of their items. I'm just very, the way that my mind works, I'm just like, no. So, if you're someone who likes the thrift store, now if it's something like a bag or a not a top, not a pants, a skirt. I'll do a skirt or a dress. Not even a dress, because the armpits, no. Like a skirt, mostly anything that I've thrifted have always been a skirt. Always been a skirt. If you still cannot afford to buy something from Zara or H&M, because I have seen on comments in comment sections on social media that a lot of people still, for them, Zara is expensive, H&M is expensive, because their price point or their money only goes a certain way, but they do desire to dress a certain way or to look a certain way in terms of their outfits and their self-image. And I get that. So if you can get to like secondhand, that you're okay with buying secondhand items, I will say when you're doing that, think of the previous tip that I've bought. Make sure it's timeless. Research the person that you're buying from or the history of selling, whether it's in the physical shop or if it's on a shop like Depop or whatever. Make sure you research this person so that you know that you're getting good quality pieces. And if they're like a content creator, you can see how they're dressing or how they're wearing the item over and over. That can give you like a good judgment to make that decision before you buy from secondhand. And when you do buy from secondhand, the previous items, as the previous steps as well, learning how to take care of your items, learning how to mend them, washing them properly, storing them properly, buying the timeless pieces as well, make sure it's in line with your signature style. These things still do matter. Okay, so think about that as well. Don't just go to a secondhand shop because it is cheap and just buy the item because it is cheaper. No. Which brings me to the don'ts of fast fashion. The first one is actually don't buy an item just because it is. You're going to get your money's worth when it comes to fast fashion, because the reality is it is here to stay. It's a growing industry, and I don't think that's going to slow down anytime soon. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It lets the algorithm know that it is fantastic content. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's discuss in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next time. Bisous. Bye.